of the worship leaders here at Revive, and I've been here since we started. I was talking to Andrew just about ministry and about worship and about, what it means to be a worship leader and stuff like that, and how, where I felt like I was going as a worship leader. And he just began to prophesy over me and just speak into my life about, different things in the calling that the Lord had placed on me. And one of the things that he said that I remember was he was like, Brittany, I believe that the Lord's going to allow you to hear the sounds of the throne room and relay that to people. And when I when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's a cool thing to say. Like, that's neat, yay, the Lord's going to I figured it'd mean like he'd give me songs or something. A couple months later, I was writing. Sometimes the Lord just tells me to write things, and he said, Brittany, go write. And one of the things that I began to write, the Holy Spirit gave me, was that, Brittany, I'm going to allow you to enter into the throne room, and I'm going to allow you to hear what's going on, so then I'm going to let your voice mimic that and relay that to the people. And I was like, wow, that's really similar. And so I kind of just took that one as well. I was like, oh, that's cool, but you don't often take, prophetic words always literally, and not, you shouldn't always, but, sometimes the Lord is very literal. And I was leading worship one night, and I was just in this moment of just such intimacy, and we were singing about the Spirit, and I was just like, Lord, just let me go in for a second, just let me enter, let me hear what's going on, let me just be in a moment. And all of a sudden, I just began to hear things around me. I could hear, they were over in this side of the room, they were over in that side of the room, and I'm the only one on the stage, besides Zach, and we're playing, and man, I just start to hear this. It's kind of like a voice, but it's not at all like a voice. It's very much like an instrument, only it's not at all like an instrument, and it kind of sounded like one collective voice, but also like 1,800 different harmonies that were all perfectly in line with each other, and it kind of sounded like color, which is the weirdest thing I've ever said, but it sounded like I can't tell you in a great way. It's just the most incredible sound I've ever heard, ever. And I'm just listening to this thing happen around me, and I'm on stage, and all of a sudden my eyes get huge, and I was like, I just opened my mouth, and this verse just started coming out of me, and it just said, can you hear it? Can you hear it? The sounds of the throne room, of the angels praising and singing, worthy is the Lamb. And I don't know where that came from, but I do know where that came from. It came from Holy Spirit. I know for me that was just one of those times when it built my faith in the prophetic a lot, and it built my faith in my own calling as a worship leader. I think the Lord, I say it all the time, how personal Holy Spirit has, how personal, He is, just in the way that He interacts with us and the things that He lets us see. And there's a whole spiritual realm out there that we don't realize. There's a whole nother world that we're not even aware of sometimes, that I just think, man, if we could just learn to tune in to the things that are happening in this room, we could just learn to just listen, to say, Lord, just let me hear for a second what's going on in heaven. I think there's an invitation in the earth right now to join with what's happening in heaven. There's an invitation, especially in worship, in order to join, to collectively sing with the angels, to sing worthy is the Lamb, to sing, praises to God. And it's one of those things, man, where we don't even realize those powerful moments in worship are because we're conjoining with heaven in order to praise the only one who's worthy. The amount that the Lord is willing to share with you, if you're willing to receive it, is insane. If you're willing to ask, Lord, let me hear, He will give you that. That's what I did. That's all I did, was just ask. To say, Lord, just let me listen. Just let me listen. And if you're willing to partner with the prophetic words over your life, if you're willing to partner with the things that the Lord has spoken, He's always faithful to complete what He started, to complete what He said.